Or is losing to an undefeated team the same as losing to a winless team when it comes to the end of the game?
Nate, because we're gonna say the same thing, Nate. I already know, so you go ahead and say it. We're gonna say the same thing when it comes to moral victories.
He already said that I was gonna hate what he said, and I hate what he said.
So as players, you don't take anything. There isn't a moral victory for players in the end. There's no a positivity like, yeah, we did play better.
Kurt, no. You work so hard, and I say this to people all the time when it comes to football. You can't like football. Football is not a like sport. It's a love. And when you love something, you're willing to go through anything and everything to achieve whatever it is that the goal is for that thing that you love. Football hurts too much to take moral victories. I want the victory. That's why I put in all that work. That's why I push myself to the limits. That's why I take the pain and the anguish and the hurt, because I want a victory. The victory, the moral victory doesn't satisfy anybody who's worth anything. In our profession, as far as players, you do not accept moral victories. There is no such thing. That's a fan thing. That's a media thing. That's never been a player's thing. It'll never be a player's thing. And that's why when people killed me about a year or so ago, when I talked about, even if you make it to the second round or the third round of the playoffs, whatever it is, you failed. And like, well, you didn't fail. No, you failed because you left the harbor with the intent to get to the promised land. And when you don't get to the promised land, you fail. Now, there's lessons in failing that we all can learn from, but it's a failure nonetheless. So for the fans and for us, it finally gave us something enjoyable to watch. We haven't had that feeling in a long time, but players, we don't buy into moral victory. That's not a thing. That's not a thing for a player, because you just put too much work in, and a moral victory doesn't suffice for that type of work that you have to put in and the things that you have to sacrifice in order to get to that point. So no, moral victories. Mm-mm.